Testing. Can you hear me okay?
Good.
Well, hello there. My name is Matt Rozell. I'm from Hudson Falls High School. I'm a teacher there. I teach a class in world history and a class in World War II history. Can you hear me?
No.
Okay.
Pretty close.
How's this?
Good.
Okay. I'm here and I'm going to interview Mr. Franz Sayer. Mr. Sayer, I was wondering, can you tell me how old you are?
92.
92.
I do so.
And you were born where? Where were you born?
I was born in Apatin, Yugoslavia at that time. But Yugoslavia.
And before it was Yugoslavia, it was what? Was it Austria?
It was Austria, yes.
So, in your family, how many children were in your family?
Two.
You and a brother or sister?
Yes, a brother.
What did your father do for a living?
He was a farmer.
He was a farmer. What about your mother? Did she work?
No, she was too.
Right at home with the kids? So, did you go to school? How were you educated?
I went to public school for the first 4 years. Then I went to the higher public school. And then I went to the academy
And what were you training to be?
to be a teacher.
And were you a teacher?
Yes.
What did you teach?
I teach first only first class for beginners, so the beginners, and then I went to a higher school, and then finally to university.
So you taught at the university level too?
Yes,
What did you teach? What subject did you teach?
always German.
You taught German. Okay. So,
And education, I'm sorry. That's a part of a teacher.
okay. 92. So what year were you born? Going back.
In 1917.
1917. So World War I was actually still being fought when you were born.
No, I don't know.
You don't remember World War
I
I?
don't remember that. No, I'm sorry.
Well, that's understandable, I guess.
But at that time, yeah, it was something else. Okay.
It was close, right? So, were you living in Austria when Hitler came to power in Germany?
Yes, but he nothing to do because I was in Hungary between the river of Danube and the other river of the Seine, and I had nothing to do with Hitler.
Right, I understand.
I was not Hitler. I was not German. So I was at that time. I was a Yugoslavian citizen.
Okay. Yugoslavia was created after World War I, so that was its own separate country at the time.
No, I was at that time when I was in school.
Right. So, can you tell me about your Army service? Like, were you in the Army?
Yes, I was in the army because first I was in the army in the Yugoslavian army because I was educated. They say to me, I have to be, have to do something officer. And I was there, but I was not in the war. Then it became Hungary. And now the Hungarians think, who got me too? I have to fight for the Hungarians. And as such, I was taken to prisoner of war by the Russians.
Oh, you were captured by the Russians.
Yes. And that was good because I spoke also Serbo-Croatian. Therefore, I could speak something, a little bit of Russian and understand. And one day when the captain saw me that I understand everything what he says, you don't go work, you stay here.
So you would translate for the Russians? How long, do you remember how long you were in the prisoner of war camp?
What was it? 17 months.
And was that in the vicinity of Hungary? Was it in Yugoslavia? Or
I was in Siberia.
Wow. Siberia.
Siberia.
So the conditions must have been pretty hard on the other prisoners.
Of course.
It's cold.
Because the captain heard that I speak to one of our friends who were with us. We spoke in Serbo-Croatian to each other, and he understood that could be Russian. And then he takes me out, pop, and said, you cannot go anymore. You are my man.
So conditions for you were a little bit better than they were for some of the others.
Because they made a little house for me, extra.
You had your own house?
No, house.
Your own place?
A place now.
And conditions were pretty bad for the other guys, though.
Of course. Because they put on about 30 kilometers, 13 meters down, and still was frozen. Yeah.
So they were doing hard labor, those men.
And I had to do that anymore. I was only there, and he asked me, everybody here? Well, and I count them, but they went down.
So you had to count,
Yeah.
keep track of those other prisoners.
When he was not there, I opened the door and they went out.
Right. So when did that end? Do you remember? Like, how did you get out of Siberia?
Well, one day we came notice from French and from, I see that little country in German English, next to Frank.
Luxembourg.
Okay. That they have to go home. And you have to find out, he said to me, you have to find out whether he is or not. When I did it, I said I could.
So they let you go.
I let him know. And I went home too.
And you went home, and what was home like when you got home?
Oh, yeah. That is another story.
This is be 1945 or later?
45, yes. At that time, Marshal Tito, was ruling in Yugoslavia. And because I was a Hungarian, should I say, and then they said, we have to go home, Yugoslavia. But when I entered Yugoslavia, let's say, hold on.
They put you in the army again?
They took me out and they said that you cannot go home.
Who said you couldn't go home?
Who just the
Yugoslavia?
no, the Russians. They gave me an evening card and we went to Paris. After that we went home.
Oh, you went to Paris and then home?
Yeah.
And were you married at the time?
I was married before I go.
Okay. Tell me about your wife. How did you meet your wife?
Oh, it was on a dance.
A dance?
Yes. My mother died. She died, my wife, about 4 months ago. She was an extra good dancer, and I like to dance too. So yeah.
You met at a dance?
No,
Was it before the war?
that was after the war. No, the war was still on, but we were flying.
So you were married during World War II? You were already married. Did you have children?
Yes.
How many children did you have? Boys, girls?
Oh, they are here. Where is my daughter-in-law? She takes him better than I. One is her husband and the other one is still only not married.
So did you, when you were in the camp in Russia, it must have been tough to be away from your family.
Of course.
Did you have any communication with
I
them?
never been possible to write a letter or to do anything. The only thing was that what I did in Russia was that the doctor, we had a lady, she was the doctor for that for that center, and she gave me every second day a potato.
The doctor gave you a
The doctor.
potato
He gave me a
every
potato.
second day.
Yes, every second day, because we had nothing else to eat.
That was a treasure.
That was a treasure. That was much better than any any dish nowadays.
Oh, I'm sure. You probably thought about food a lot, didn't you? In the camp?
But I didn't have to go to camp. I was always in the camp, always out. And interesting was that we had also a group of French prisoners.
Oh, you did?
And I had to watch them that they in and out because they are not allowed to walk. Or to work, to work.
They weren't allowed to work?
They were not allowed to work.
Why
They
not?
didn't have to go out of the camp. Nothing.
Why?
I don't know.
They were privileged?
I think so.
They were French.
French, yes.
And the French were fighting with the Russians during the war.
But they were not such French. They were probably other French.
Oh, okay. So after the war, what did you do?
I tried to get home, go do anything.
You finally got there.
Not really, it's just,
Were they surprised to see you?
of course.
What was that like? Do you remember seeing them for the first time in years?
We couldn't talk. We just hit each other and that was all.
How old were your children then, do you remember? How old were the children at that time when you came home, your children?
Were
they little?
The younger one, he was was in the kindergarten. That means he was 5 or 6. And my boy was in the second high school, in ordinary school.
So after the war, did you go back to being a teacher?
Not at the beginning. Because I have to go another way. One day we got the notice that we can go home. Then we get home, we went on the train, and when the train stopped at the port to Yugoslavia, we had to go out. We were not allowed to go to Yugoslavia anymore.
So we went to Paris after that?
No, they never. It wasn't the Hungary army.
Okay.
Because I was considered as a Hungarian soldier. And then I was over there in Austria, in Hungary. I spoke Hungarian. And there I found some people from our town. When they told me, if you want to see your family once again, the only thing is you go over and bring them over. And I did. I mean, if they would have seen me, I wouldn't be here. Because while I was teaching, before I went to the army, before it was taken by the Hungarians, I was in a town which was very close to the main line, yes, and I know exactly the lane. And then I went to Yugoslavia. And Yugoslavia was everything with the Danube gone. They were all put in concentration camps. Over here, and they are possible to work a little bit. They had to work, not very much. My wife and the little boy, little boys, they were hurt. And they were keeping or working or waiting for the shotting, to be shot.
The Germans were running the camps.
The Russians.
The Russians were running the camps. Okay, so the Red Army came through and placed these families in these camps, and the families didn't know what their fate was going to be.
Yeah. The only good thing was that because when I was in the college, I had to go also to Yugoslavia. At that time it belonged to Yugoslavia, so I had to learn Yugoslavian. And so I could speak to the Russian better. And one day we got the news that all who are not from Germany, but either from Hungary or Yugoslavia, they can go home. So we went home, but we went not home. First of all, we had to go out of the camp, where every day a lot of people were shot to death. I can tell later on how it was. But I know, because I was over there, the teacher, I know the way how to go. And finally, we arrived at the Hungarian border. And over there, we went to a place where one of our people we know from home, and they gave us something to eat. And my children, they come home and they came around and saw abroad, and we seen my little boy, who is now, well, I don't know. He says, Brody. And I started to cry.
your son saying, "Daddy"?
No, he said, bread. I said, that bread, you know, he had never bread.
Oh, bread. Bread.
And she, hi, today, as he cried, I said, Fatty, bread, 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 bread.
Wow. He's so happy.
And then I said, I'm a teacher over there, and I got a school, a personal Hungarian teacher. And then they gave me to do the German part of teaching to the world.
So where did you raise your family?
But they were in a room first, before they got them. They were in a camp.
Right. And afterwards?
And they said to me everything, Franz, if you wait only one day, then it is too late.
If you didn't get there in time?
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people who got died over there. So, for example, you don't like to hear that, but that is also true. My grandparents, they were in our house. And one day, all the Germans, we used not the word Germans, so Bavarian Germans, because we are not real Germans.
Right.
And then he said they had to work. And one day they said all the old people had to come, and they had to walk about 30 miles on foot. And they came to a big round place, deep ground, and they had to stay around that ground, and they had to shovel and make that little tip of what it was, that little deeper, and all of a sudden, bang, 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 6 times in a row. And my grandparents were also making, and they were down, and they are still there where that was.
So they were taken out and shot by the Germans, though, not...
No. All the communists.
Oh, the communists did it.
Yes, communists did it. Oh, they wouldn't, if they would say someone is German, they would be right away bring on.
Okay, so this is after the war,
Yes,
when the Russians occupied.
and so I went to Russia with my family, as I mentioned before, I was teaching then in Hungary.
So that was your grandparents. Why did they take your grandparents?
I don't know why.
Because they assumed they were German?
Of course.
German descent? So they basically made them dig their own graves?
Because they believed in one house. That was so. Not only the ones who are working, but the elderly people, they were always under the Germans. They had to stay as they are paid for to be. So when my English is terrible. But you are not. But you are.
Well, I'm wondering how you came to the United States. How did you come to the United States?
Yeah. So when I went in Hungary, then my elder son got sick, and there was no medicine for him at that time. What was the name?
Penicillin?
Yeah. So we should, what should we do? So we got a letter from the uncle of my wife, who was in New York, has no children. His wife was the sister of my wife's father. And then they said, "Oh, come to us." And a couple of days later on, I had already my paper. So I went to America.
Did you come on the boat, on a boat? You came over on a boat?
On a boat, yeah. On a boat, you know, those ships which were used in the war time.
Liberty ship.
Liberty ships.
Did you come to New York Harbor? New York City?
Yeah, they went to New York Harbor because they live in New York first.
They did? So you lived in New York?
They lived in New York. The uncles died in the meantime, but and they still alive.
Do you remember when that was? What year was that? 1951.
51, yeah.
51.
Yeah, 51. And over there, when I was in Hungary, I said, "What should I do?" So I said, "Uncle, will you help me to get work? I would like to work." And he gave me a slip and they said, "Go to that, go to that." And once I came to a place where it says, cheese. And I said, "I don't want to go back. I had enough cheese in already." But we made it. Then I made my examen, and I had to went to Hungarian college. And when the time came that we have to decide whether to stay here and try to get in touch with my parents or to go to America. We decided to go to America.
So when you were in New York City, what did you do for a living? Did you teach again?
No, I was everything.
And everything?
Everything was everything. But not very long. Because our uncle, who had no children, was a barber. He had a lot of customers. And they heard about me and they said, "Okay, come you work with that for us." So I was a barber.
You learned how to cut hair?
Oh, no, cut hair. I didn't do anything. I just put it in his hands.
You helped?
Not very long. Not very long. In the meantime, I got contact with the German consulate. They asked in all that was announced in New York City that if there are German soldiers here, they should come to the consulate. And that I did too. And then they said that I was a teacher. "Oh, that's good." So I said, why that is good? Because we have a German school here in New York. And you probably can teach me. And while I was teaching in that public school, I went to the colleges and to universities to get my degrees.
So you were teaching again?
I am a little bit young.
What?
A little bit young.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I was teaching here. That Germans had a language school. then then I got some other things to do. For example, I was teaching at Fordham University.
At Fordham University?
Yes.
My dad went there.
And then finally we found out that we cannot do it like that. We have to make a home and start a new life. That's what we did.
So, have you been back over to Europe, Franz?
I was once more, yes. Oh, yeah, 2 times. And my son-in-law, my son, not really, my son, my daughter-in-law is here. He said, we make a compound trip to Europe. To go only to those places where we know it is good.
Did you go home? Did you see home?
Oh, that is only the plan. That is only the plan. Because I'm not the youngest anymore.
No?
And I don't know whether should I can do that or not. But if someone would come and says, can you give me some German lessons, I will give them. Why not?
Any of my students need German lessons?
My students after the second years in the college, they could speak German better than my English now.
Not bad. Is there anything else you want to share with me today?
If you have any questions, please.
Students, do my students have any questions? I have 4 students here. I brought 4 of my students and
I come to you.
do you have any questions, guys? How about anybody else?
What do you want?
Paul?
How many languages do you speak?
How many languages do you speak?
So, also Hungarian, very good. And Hungarian is a very sweet or nice language, because when you that start, you think everything is sweet. But I didn't use it, very seldom. And now I do, sometimes I use it, but very seldom. But I spoke also Serbian, but that was good, but I forgot a lot, because I never used it. Because I am afraid about the Serbs.
What did he say? How many does he speak?
Serbo-Croatian,
Serbo-Croatians, Yugoslavia,
Yugoslavian, Serbo-Croatian, Russian, German,
English?
English.
but if you wish, I can tell you what the situation is over there now. I told you about my grandparents.
Right.
They chased every German over there, whether it belonged there or it is coming there, it was shot. And they do it even nowadays.
Says the Serbs
The Serbs are
still practice
very
that type of.
They went, for example, only a couple of, is it 3 weeks or is 4 weeks, I don't know exactly. They went in Zagreb, which is the capital of Croatia. They went in and shot a bishop.
Shot a bishop?
Or, without anything saying.
question?
Yeah, I have a question, Franz. When you say they, who is doing the shooting? Who is doing the killing? Who is chasing the Germans? Who is that? Is that the Russians? Is that the communists? Is that, who is doing it now?
I had never a shot from another except from Russia.
So you're talking the Russians did this?
But nowadays, in Yugoslavia, there are not Germany before. Alas, it was before. Because everyone who is German is a communist. And if nearly not communist, not or here they have another thing.
Nazi.
Nazi, yes. But me, I don't know if you know that there are two rivers very important over there in northern part of Yugoslavia. The Danube and the other side is the Tisa. And here in 400 years, 400 years or no more, there was always war over there. In that part, which is the northern part of Yugoslavia. And the French was fighting there, the Arabs, and finally the king of Austria said, we have to do something. Because that is a very nice place, very good place. We need farmers. And so then the farmers came there. And among those farmers was also my grandfather.
I think you referred to the ethnic strife that's been in the Balkan region for 800 years, and how it was somewhat stabilized under the communists. And then, of course, when communism fell, it reappeared in the 1990s with Bosnia, etc., Croatia, just all the ethnic groups and the ethnic cleansing that went on. Question?
I can talk about that also a lot.
And I think it was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire that his grandparents and their grandparents before them, I think there was some stability there when Austria-Hungary was there, and then after the First World War, it vanished. And then, of course, you had World War II, and all this area was occupied by the Axis powers, Germany. And I think that's when he was drafted into the Hungarian army. The Soviets took him prisoner, well, all of them prisoner. And when he said that they were taken to Siberia, that made a lot of sense, because that's what the Russians did with a lot of these German soldiers, or these soldiers that were drafted into the Hungarian army to fight for the Axis powers. And most of them didn't come back. So when he said he was there for 17 months, it's pretty incredible, the fact that he made it back.
How many months?
17 in Siberia, 17 months. So getting a potato every other day was a big deal. A big deal, I'm sure.
I have to agree, but I know I want to say it is very difficult to understand that when you hear it for the first time.
Yeah, I think the fear is being considered pro-Nazi or pro-Hitler because the Axis occupied that part, and of course he was a prisoner of war of technically the Allied powers, the Russians. So when he said there were some French soldiers with him in Siberia, I don't doubt that. If there were French soldiers or French speakers, because the Russians, we don't know still to this day what happened in a lot of those Siberian prisoner war camps. A lot of Hungarians disappeared there. Raoul Wallenberg was one of them, one of the gentlemen who saved over 30,000 Jews fell into the hands of the Russians.
I got a letter here from a lady She is there in Russia, still working for almost nothing, because he was taken from Germany to F4 to work for Russia. Still there,
She's still in.
still there.
She's a lucky one. She survived, but she never came home.
Who is that?
A lady, a girl, how she's now. She's probably now 40 years old. She's still over there in Russia.
Do you have a question? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did you maintain your health through all this, especially your teeth?
How did he maintain his health, especially his teeth, through all the
Do you
trouble?
have all your teeth? Well, I have
Yeah.
had trouble that way.
I tell you that. Now, before I came here, I was German again, because but I was teaching in a American school or in our school now here. In Russia, the Russians, they were very interested, they were very much interested in German. The officer over there, we had there also a general, a German general, who was also prisoner of war. Yeah, he was always a good time, because he was...
Sonny?
I think you once mentioned to me that you were the only one in your family that wasn't a farmer, that you got to go to school. Did you tell us?
No, my brother was farmer. And I was a little boy, and I was always sick when I was young. And then my parents just said, let him do this way. You should learn something else. And Joe, my brother, he had to be the farmer. Then I went to a German school to learn, be a teacher.
So you were the first in your family to get an education like that?
Well, my brother, who was a farmer, he was also in agriculture schools.
His brother was in agricultural school. Paul?
How many children do you have and where do they live?
Where do your children live?
Me?
No, your children.
One I have here. My daughter-in-law is here. Please stay up. Her husband is a wonderful boy, and they have every day three times how should I say, no difficulties now. Sometimes they have, but otherwise they have a good language. Right? Three boys.
His other son lives in New Jersey.
And the other one is in New Jersey and is not married.
Who's got another question?
What's the story on his teeth?
Okay,
What?
Somebody asked that.
how are your teeth? I mean, did you lose your teeth over there, or did you maintain your teeth?
I lost a lot.
You lost a lot of teeth?
And I mentioned before that when I came back, and the Hungarians, they take me a sword and they put the teeth on.
You got new teeth. Another question?
But in the meantime, they are always gone.
What are these books for? What are these books for?
Yeah. Thank you that you asked for that. See, Hungarians, but they were not in Hungary, they were also in Yugoslavia, and the Serbs. Before World War I, everything was smooth. After World War, and after the Second War, they said themselves, we are the masters, everybody is nothing. I will tell you, only one thing. The other day I got a call from Yemen, from someone who was in my house where I was born. That house, well, grandparents were still there living. And one day, my wife cannot tell that to you because she's not there. They didn't even know she's dead. She cannot do that. And they said, we came in the house like you and you and you, and said, come out. Oh, they said, oh, for what? Come out. They gave him a shovel or something else to work. Or, what they did lately, they gave everyone a shovel and said, now we go from our hometown about 25 miles, and there was a big room, a big one, let me see, but it was not a lake, it was not a lake, but a pond, yeah, but a big one. And they asked in every house in Apatin, and they said, out! This is not your house. That is my house, said the Serbs. And my grandfather and my grandmother, they were old people, like you here, old people. And they could use not even the shoes on. And they had to go 30 miles, and at 30 miles they come to that river, or it's not a river, pond.
Yeah.
It was full with water. And they say, oh, a lot of people around, old people. And everyone got a shovel and had to dig. And they had to do that 2 days. On the third day, they said nothing. They had to stand off around the wall, and soldiers came in, bang, down, until everybody was down. And they are down there too.
So that was Serbian, not Russian soldiers, but Serbian.
That's Serbian.
Yeah.
How they do that. And when I went away, I was also in that camp. Was all 1 day only there. If they had caught me, they would have done that with me too. Exactly the same.
So you were lucky.
I think there was an interest in what are the books? What does he have in memoir or whatever? What is it?
They're asking about your books.
And I think he did.
Now, here I have one from my hometown, Apatin. It's an old smaller city, but almost Germans. But the Germans are not allowed nowadays because the communist says no good. And then it happened what I said before, shot. And this book is from that town. called Apatin. We have a friend who was there working in that world. And that was a real good German little town. And we have a book. I can show it to you. That doesn't look very bad, because that is excellent. That is a very good skill, inside and outside. And now my name is also there, and it says here, for you I have to show it to you, because I was working for these books. I have all these books here.
There's a picture of him here.
People.
That's me.
People in the town. You were born on June 8th, 1917. I can't read German. But I can read that. And you went to Flushing, New York. There's a picture of him in the book. 1982.
22.
Published in Munich, Germany. I can read that.
And now I have also little books from my stone, from my city where I come from, Apatin. And most of the Germans or Southern Bavarians, we call it, they are gone. They are either in America or somewhere. Like our uncle, who was already before, much time, he doesn't, he's not alive anymore. He wanted me to also, so I went to America, but I found that here I can use what I learned.
What was your religion? What is your religion? Catholic? Roman Catholic? I see a picture of a bishop, an archbishop in here, some priests. Anybody got another question?
I would like to have one thing to mention,
Okay.
because that is the most important thing of the books. Not only our hometown, Apatin, there are only few Germans. The population was before I lived, and as long as I know between 15,000 to 18,000. And the other day I got a letter from the president of today's Yugoslavia, which is a communist. Not for me, for somebody else. That somebody else doesn't know that I have that. And there he said, we have for almost all of them. They shot everybody who is German. And I was also on that line. Therefore, I show it to you too. Yeah. In this book, the Serbs who do not like the Germans, they shoot. Finished. And what they did, they shoot everybody. Not the Hans and not the Czech, but everybody. This book is all what the communists were shooting in the last 4 years. 5 years. 5 years. Please.
Franz, do you have names of people who died in concentration camps?
Do you have names of people who died in concentration camps?
No.
The book's in German.
It's in German. Not a difficult.
Something of the German in communist Yugoslavia. Tito regime, 1944 to 1948. Book was published in Germany in 1994.
Every year.
The Catastrophe, I can read that.
There's not only one book, it's 2 books.
It's maps. It's like interviews with people. And list the names of people, birth years, and a lot of the ending dates are during the war, as far as when they died.
And especially after.
Then it's a big book. There's a lot of pages in it. There's a lot of names in it.
But it is not all.
1946 is a death date for a lot. A lot of German names in it, as you said.
This is the other.
These are towns, that's what they are. They're
And-
towns,
and
lists of
and-
people
and
in the
over
town.
there in my, 3 books.
Franz, did you speak any English before you came to the United States?
No. Yeah. Different. Only English people, but not much. My English is very bad, I know that. But I'm a little bit too young, you know. Oh, yeah.
It's a family register of the town, the names of the people in town.
Can you imagine how many people are in there? My grandparents,
Oh, this goes way back.
parents,
Yeah,
my brother.
this is going back. These are years.
And therefore I have to talk. For me, it's like,
I think this is the register of the people who were in the town, not necessarily the ones who died, but I haven't studied it. But this book documents the losses of the German population in Yugoslavia under the communist regime. And this is printed in Germany. I think I read Munich.
Munich.
In 1994, and just as Yugoslavia was starting to fall apart after the communists were pretty much thrown out. So, just like when the Soviet Union collapsed in the early 90s, that's when a lot of the KGB archives were open, and that's when historians, etc., learned an awful lot about what happened behind the Iron Curtain during these years, during the Cold War.
It's not a proud to be, to say, but I was working with that book.
You were working
I was working on that.
You were working with them to compile the book. It's got tables in it. Looks like a pretty solid piece of work. piece of research. And it's not something you hear a lot about.
That's like the Bible, more or less.
Paul?
Franz, we're very happy that you are here. What brought you to Glens Falls?
How did you come to be in Glens Falls, New York?
Because my son is working here 9 miles away. And to be honest, I like to be here because I have a son, I have a very good daughter here, and the second son is not married. They come always to me, and especially would you stand up, Irene?
I did, Opa, I did.
You did. She's my right hand.
That's a good reason.
We're lucky to have you here.
Oh, she is an ass to me.
Can I just say something?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
please.
My father-in-law, I guess he forgets to mention things, but he was in charge of the German-American School Association in New York City. He was a director. They started with very few students. They taught German after school, after like 3 o'clock on. And they started with very few students. When he finished, after 30 years, they had over 1,000. He was a director of that. He was the instrument. It happened because of him. And they had no books to go by. He started with the first grade book. He wrote the books for the teachers to teach all these grades. So they went from first grade on. And I wanted you to know that about him.
An influence on a great many young people, I'm sure.
So they all learned, the German heritage people, they wanted to continue their heritage in New York, so thanks to my father-in-law, they were able to do that. And he came here because they couldn't help themselves anymore. They were getting older, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law. They needed somebody to take care of them, and we're trying to do that. So
Sure.
that's why he's here.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Franz. It's been a very entertaining afternoon. I think we've learned a lot. Have my students learned anything?
If you want, come and tell them also something.
Tell them some stories. I have to get them home for their dinner now, though. They weren't supposed to come with me today. They just kind of snuck along. They jumped in my truck and came over. They wanted to meet him.